Hey, black women. I'm so aggravated with listening to a billion fucking videos of black males, white bitches, and others complaining about black women and how everything is our fault, our problem, and how we don't bend down and become bums, bummier than the bum-ass black males want us to, and be very comfortable in living in poverty to the point where we have nothing in our homes, but we're sleeping on top of shit and pissy newspaper, and I guess that would make black males and everybody else happy, but that is not what black women are going to do. I'm getting tired of videos where you have these ridiculous ass young black women who are supposedly married to black guys, and they're on YouTube every day trying to make money off of videos exploiting and killing the reputation of black women. And I guess these dumb broads forgot they're black women too, right? So the way that they paint us out as being horrible, everybody who's anti-black will look at their dumb ass the same way. All of this shit is so sickening, right? I'm so sick of the videos where they're playing those old black power fucking videos about black dudes complaining about how the modern black male is not going to take the aggression of the black woman. What aggression? Motherfucker, when bills have to be paid, children have to be fed, and a roof has to be kept over our head, we don't have time for your bullshit, your sob stories, your fucking lies, your womanizing, your drugging, your drinking, and your whole level of irresponsibility. That is the shit that kills me about them on a real level. They're always crying about black women being responsible and having a level of accountability when these motherfuckers have never been responsible and never accountable. The only thing they have been is fucking neglectful, violent, deadly, criminal, and fucking detrimental, and sexually assaulting. Don't let me ever forget that one, because they fucking that is their greatest achievement. They're as capricious as they come, sexually capricious, like fucking animals at their most primal stage. All right, I saw the dumbass videos about Naomi Campbell having the 2 surrogate children and promoting single parenthood because her mom was a great single parent. I saw all the dumbass videos about Ebony K. Williams and her deciding to have a baby by IVF on her own. The bottom line is this, y'all. Leave black women alone. Stop trying to tell black women what we're supposed to do to cater to fucking loser-ass black males. If you white bitches, Hispanic bitches, Asian, and whoever else want these motherfuckers, please take these motherfuckers and leave black women alone, okay? We don't need to always be in your fucking conversation or the main character, the fucking protagonist of your story every video. Fuck you and fuck those black dudes too. Fuck all those bums. If they wasn't so fucking obsessed with black women, maybe they could get on with their life with some other bitch and leave us the fuck alone. Seriously. They're so fucking annoying. They're not men. They don't know how to be men. They don't even know how to begin. We don't need you when you offer nothing for us. You don't offer any maturity, emotional intelligence. You don't even have an education or the ability to keep gainful employment. You are useless to us. What the fuck? We don't care. Go, please go. Go overseas the way you claim you was doing. Go to the white women. Go to the Hispanic women. Go everywhere away from us. Please go with a fucking quickness. Yeah, I really can't stand them motherfuckers. And all you simple-minded black women on here always trying to shame and trying to convince other young black women that they need a 2-parent household. No, you fucking don't. And in the history of black people in America, there has never been functional 2-parent households. Stop the bullshit. And just because a child has two parents does not mean that those motherfuckers are good for the kid. 9 times out of 10, fathers ain't shit when it comes to kids. They have never been taught properly, whether they had a father or not, grandfather or not, how to be a man and what to do right by women and children. They don't listen. They don't see black women as human beings. They think they're supposed to be some type of fucking master, slave master when it comes to women and children, instead of being a fucking human being sharing space with another human being and a child who's also a human being. Let's cut this shit. Let's cut this shit and let's mind our fucking business. Let's stop with all the videos about how women are wrong for having a child without a father, and they're going to grow up and want to have a father. They're not going to grow up and want any of that shit if you don't convince them that that bullshit is important. All you weak-minded bitches out there that's always talking about you need a father figure, want one, and got to have a man, that's because your ass is insecure and you are not comfortable with your own fucking self, and you don't have enough love for self. Because when you do, motherfucker, you don't need nobody in this world. You don't even need a mama. You love self. And you comfortable with yourself. You could keep your own fucking company, and you don't need some dirty motherfucker fucking on you and fucking up your life and out here pretending like being with these motherfuckers ain't causing black women they fucking lives every day, every 4 to 5 hours a day. Y'all keep trying to front and pretend like fucking black femicide is not a real thing by the hands of these fucking wide jaw, down low, hating black women ass motherfuckers, but you know it to be true. Just stop the bullshit. These motherfuckers ain't never gave a fuck about you or been good for you. Whether it was 1890, 1990, or 2024, they ain't never did shit right by black women. So y'all need to cut the bullshit. Because all you're doing is getting black women killed, getting their ass beat, getting their daughters fucking sexually violated and terrorized. Grow the fuck up. Learn to love and be with yourself. Be comfortable with yourself. A child does not need 2 parents. You dumb ass motherfuckers. Y'all don't think about nothing besides the silly shit you've been taught and what the fuck you want to believe in, like it's some goddamn fantasy. People die every motherfucking day. Children are born and a mother dies. Children are born and their father dies. And they live that way their whole fucking life. If nature and whatever higher being you believe in says that a child could be born and have a dead parent, who the fuck are you to tell people that everybody gotta have 2 parents? No, they fucking don't. All they gotta have is an adult that cares about this child and takes the time to give the child decent, age-appropriate parental guidance that is going to grow that child into a fully responsible, reliable, dependable adult who is actually a fucking asset to society, instead of the fucking losers that these black males are, always crying about fucking child support, making video after fucking video about how they want to enslave black women and children, and because they are not given the opportunity, we're the worst people in the world. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, okay? Y'all young black women, please do not be fucked up by these women trying to tell you you need these broke down motherfuckers in your life. Be child free. Get your education. Get a job. Live your life. All those black males are stupid. Even the ones that got an education like Dr. Umar. I heard him last night reiterating the same stupid fucking manosphere talking points as the rest of these dudes, with the 2-parent household and how women really want and need men. Newsflash for you motherfuckers. There are tons of black women out here, me being one of them, that don't ever want shit to do with y'all. And it ain't personal. It ain't because it results in no trauma. I just rather live life with me, period. without dealing with you in any fucking way. I don't want you fucking on me. I don't want you talking to me. I don't want you in my space around me. And there are a lot of women like me, because I'm very happy and comfortable in my fucking solitude. And what makes me this way is because I hate to see the fucking tragedy that you put other black women through. And all the suffering of the sexual abuse, the violence, and the killing of other black women and girls. That don't make shit attractive to me about you. It makes me despise you more and more every fucking day. And because so many black women choose to turn the other cheek and act like what happens to black women doesn't matter when they are black women, and they choose to stand on the side and be more male worshiping than concerned with black women who are just like themselves, all this stupid shit continues. But let me tell you something. You heard it here. Right hand of God. When they kill enough of you motherfuckers and beat you damn near to death, and you silly ass motherfuckers are traumatized into realizing that they are dangerous and hazardous to your motherfucking health, if you survive it, then and only then will you fucking realize that your best bet is to stay far the fuck away from them. Because all they have is hate for you. Because they don't have no initiative in themselves to get up and be a man in this bitch. That means get the fuck up and go toe to toe with these white men that are holding you the fuck down. Not sucking their dick, fucking them on the down low, and wanting to be like them, and fucking they women and thinking everything about them is the best in the world and everything like you ain't shit. That ain't a man. That's a fucking piece of shit that don't even need to be living and breathing. A fucking coon. The same way you got this fucking Republican black dude out here trying to convince ignorant fucking black people who have never read any fucking black history in their life, believing that there was actually functional, happy families during Jim Crow. Are you fucking kidding me? Pick up a fucking book and read. More black women were killed back in those days by black men than black femicide has taken in this current day. More little black girls were raped and dismembered and brutalized by grown-ass motherfucking men when they were 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 fucking years old. Because motherfuckers used to sell black girls to lecherous fucking old black bastards as wives. Because the fucking state laws allowed it. Know your fucking history. There was no young teenage girl happily married or cohabitating with some dirty stink, not washing his ass, shit in between his fucking ass crack and ass cheeks and drawers, having to fuck and lay next to and be around some dirty motherfucker like that y'all is sitting up here fucking romanticizing about. These are the things your grandmother and your mother don't tell you about. Those motherfuckers were dirty, ignorant, illiterate, and fucking stupider than the shit underneath somebody's shoes. And y'all are out here trying to idolize these motherfuckers and create all types of limerence for women to be fantasizing about these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers ain't shit. They know they ain't shit. That's why they always trying to beat women down and trying to manipulate and control little fucking girls and raping 12-year-old girls in states where abortion laws force them to have these children. Would y'all grow the fuck up and wise up and be real about shit that's happening in today's life? Fuck a black family. Fuck a black two-parent household. There never has been, there never will be. None of these motherfuckers are men. They can't even afford a motherfucking household. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And y'all are so stupid You don't even understand that you are fucking yourself up for the future, because instead of you educating yourself, stop worrying about fucking relationships and getting your ass out here and putting yourself in a position to be economically in good standing in the future, because 2030 is right around the fucking corner. Some of you don't even got a fucking GED, a BA or nothing, a full-time motherfucking job, and sitting on YouTube thinking that this shit is going to be your livelihood for the rest of your life, like the fucking fool you are. And the other half of you are sitting on here paying motherfuckers every day and night to disrespect black women or create delusions of grandeur in black women's heads that gonna do nothing but fuck them up in reality. Instead of coming together and fighting YouTube itself by complaining, flagging, and yelling and screaming and emailing to every company that partners with them about the mistreatment, the death calling, and violence calling on black women and girls on these fucking platforms, the racial comments, the hatred, the anti-blackness. You can't come together for nothing positive, but you could come together to keep generating the belief in bullshit of the black family. There's never going to be a black family. There never has been a black family, not even in slavery, because black males were always trying to be the white fucking overseer to black women and children. And they still trying to do that shit today. And because they can't physically do it because the white man will put their fucking ass in jail where they belong, they come on YouTube and make these dumbass videos time after time, ignoring the black femicide, ignoring the child homicide, ignoring the child sexual assault, the adult black woman sexual assault, the adult woman human trafficking, and little black girl human trafficking and prostitution that they install, initiate, intimidate, and control within the black community. Pretend like that shit don't happen to sell you a fucking dream about a loser ass motherfucker that can't even stand up in life, been living on his fucking knees all of his life in society. And now he wants you to crawl on your belly so you could be beneath him while he's on his knees. Would y'all wake up? Leave black women alone, for real. All you simple-minded black bitches too that's out there talking about how we supposed to humble ourselves for them motherfuckers. I ain't crawling on my belly for no fucking snake. No fucking serpent piece of shit motherfucker that can't do shit for himself. I know he can't do nothing for me. So I would not be doing that. And you should not be out here trying to teach little girls to do that shit either. Y'all are the worst fucking type of women in the world. Coming on here talking shit about Ebony K. Williams and fucking Naomi Campbell because they chose to say, fuck a dude. I haven't found a dude that was worth anything this whole time I've been living. I'm going to continue to live my fucking life the way I want to. Have the children I can afford and be fucking happy. Not be stressed out, not be bothered, aggravated, beat on, killed, or any fucking thing else. Y'all are a fucking bunch of jokes. You got all these black women's stories chronicled of how these men have literally tormented and tortured these women to death. There was a black woman that was on, she was a TikTok person, young girl, not like 33 or something like that, with some little gay fucking homo in the closet motherfucker, burned this girl alive, threw a accelerant on her body and set her on fire. And she ran to the fucking fire department begging not to die and died in the fucking fireman's arms. And then you have another black woman, or many black women, that have been shot in their head, had their face bashed in by these motherfuckers, their throats cut, their bodies stabbed over 100 times. Their children drowned, thrown off of bridges, ran over with cars, shot in the face. killed just because this motherfucker was told to get out of the house because she don't want to be bothered with him no more. And you on here trying to convince young girls and other women that these are the motherfuckers they supposed to be giving their life to and bringing in their house, knowing that these motherfuckers are devils and monsters in the fucking flesh. They have nothing but fucking hating them for you. So, to hell with you and all karma to you for trying to cause all of this pain, sorrow, killing, and torment on black women and girls by telling them to want to wish for and dream and fantasize about a 2-parent household with a motherfucker that don't even know how to take care of himself. The only thing he do know how to do is hurt himself and kill, beat, maim, and terrorize you and your daughter. These motherfuckers is all on drugs and you know it. They all fucking each other and you know it. They don't have no aspirations in life and love going to jail like it is a revolving fucking door for them. Please stop the bullshit, okay? Leave black women the fuck alone. If these motherfuckers want to go to other women, please don't. Get out their way and let them go. If there are stupid black women that want to be killed by these dudes, beat the fuck up, and deal with all types of ignorant shit every day, move out their way. And for those of us that don't want no parts of any of this bullshit, get the fuck out of our way too. And stop making these dumbass videos and having these fake fucking pseudo-intellectual motherfuckers on here making videos about pointing the finger and finger wagging at black males, trying to make black women feel like, yeah, somebody's coming at them. Motherfuckers like Public the Offender. Stop it. Stop it. Leave black women alone and black women grow up. Mature and recognize that you are safer, more economically sound, and will be at a better political advantage if you leave those motherfuckers alone. You need to take up the 4B movement just like the Asian women are doing, because their government is responding to them, and yours would too if you would stop fucking with these fucking fools that are nothing but still to this day fucking bucks on a plantation. They are so fucked up mentally and suffer from so many scars of psychological effects of slavery, they can't even fucking function in society. They walking around more than ever, half closed, half out of their fucking mind, all because they can't find it within themselves to just say, I don't give a fuck how life is kicking my ass or how hard shit is. I'ma just go on and be a man. I don't care if I can't work, whatever it is. I'ma keep trying until I get something and get it right. Nah. They want to come, intimidate, control, and manipulate and force their fucking way on black women and girls, when all we want is to live peacefully in this life and not be bothered by anyone and not be the object of other jealous bitches' desires and verbal attacks. We want to be left alone, okay? What they need to do is work on themselves as black males if they ever want to be men, and begin to understand that just leave us the fuck alone. Go your way. Isn't that what your little fucking acronym stood for? Go your way. Leave us the fuck alone. Learn to respect women and listen to what the fuck we say. And stop talking for us because you don't know shit for us. You don't know anything about us, man. These stupid motherfuckers are talking about biological clocks and don't know anything about women. Always trying to pit older women against younger women. And women, just like men, as long as their body functions and still ovulates, can have children at any fucking age. Just like men. Even though y'all love to think otherwise. Not the case. None of that janky shit that was taught to y'all about white people about reproduction, science, or anything is true. And you wouldn't know anything about that because you never take it upon yourself to go read and learn for yourself. Anything Whitey say, you run with it and swear it is the fucking gospel. Because you got too much religion in your brain and too much low expectation for yourself and everybody that looks like you. I am so tired of you black people. You have, oh my God. Every fucking video is some dumb shit trying to tear black women down. And you know what, black women? Y'all swear to God, y'all don't like to be called strong black women. But let me tell you something. You better pride yourself in being a strong, mentally strong black woman, because if you was weak, you would have already been in the fucking crazy house with all this ignorant shit coming at you every day, all hours of the day. From every direction, from every motherfucker that's trying to take advantage of you. These broke, dusty, fucked up individuals that can't take care of themselves, black males looking for you to be their fucking personal social worker. White people looking for you to populate the fucking world and create an economy for them so you could be exploited by these motherfuckers so they can continue to live well and you don't. Other women wanting you to show them how to do, be, help them with, and guide the way. Man, it's a lot of shit. But you gotta learn to just say fuck all of them and walk away from all of them to protect your mental space. And I mean it. And black women, y'all really need to start a trend of going on a I'm not fucking with no more videos, whether it's from black women or black males trying to tell me and talk to me about fucking relationships with black men, black males, whoever, and trying to convince me that I should spend my life catering to and being in a relationship with a fucking dude, worrying about having children, being in a two-parent home, and being subjugated and enslaved by this motherfucker. Please create a challenge where black women stop listening to all videos relationship related. Please stop it. Can we start, which is more important and will really help us better, just start a trend of all videos being about economic empowerment, please, and how and where black women can get other jobs, training for jobs, increase their salary, take home pay, etc. Those videos are way more important and way more helpful when it comes to black women and their children, if they have them, that they got to take care of. I really get tired of this shit. Like, every fucking day. Some white bitch screaming, oh, you black bitches, all you good for is having black males. Not true, bitch. Not. Some white nigga screaming about how we're the problem. No, we're not. We're just a lot more smarter than those black males, and we're a lot more in tune with the hatred that you motherfuckers project at us. So why would I want to coon for you when I know all you want is for me not to exist and to be off this earth? Or to suffer immensely just because you take great pleasure in it. I'm not a black male. I am not infatuated with whiteness or think they're superior to me. Not in any motherfucking way. And that's the reason why that bitch said that the other day in that video I made where she was talking about black women are the most hateful, racist, bitter, and etc. You know what it is? The bitch didn't want to say the truth out loud. Which is, if you ever notice, anywhere you go, you will have some ass-kissing black women, some fucking coons, right? But the majority of them are black males. They're always selling out black people, lying to us, throwing us under the bus, doing everything to do us in and do us under so that they could rise and get $2 more lunch money than everybody else and a pat on the motherfucking head by Whitey the cracker and get a few praises and fuck the rest of us all over. But see, what they see is that black women will not do that as easily as they do. So that's why we're bitter, angry, and racist. And black people can never be racist. The word y'all are looking for when you talk about people who do individual mean things to you is racial prejudice or bigotry. But to be a racist is on a whole nother fucking level that black people don't have access to in this country. We do not have the power to oppress and suppress an individual or groups of people. That's white folks. They do that shit all the time. And it's because of their white fucking fragility that they never want to own up to shit, or always want to clap back when somebody exposed them and tell them about themselves in their fucking face. All right, I'm done. I'm just like, I'm so tired of all this shit. And you know what? Mark my words. All this shit is going to come to a head. Because the same way I'm tired of it, everybody else is going to slowly get tired of it too. And start turning this stupid fucking YouTube shit off the way that they should. And going about their life. And never opening this fucking app up again. And this shit too will be a thing of the past. And will be another form of black history that I can't wait to fucking happen. And do not forget that now that they got TikTok's ass in their pocket, YouTube will be next. And I cannot fucking wait for them to get all these motherfucking social medias up the fuck up off of here. Because it does more harm than good. The one thing every one of these fucking social media platforms have in common is the degradation and the anti-blackness rapidly. Disrespect and calling us out our name, anti-blackness towards black women more than anything else in this fucking world. Every day, all day. What was it, a day or two ago? Some stupid white motherfucker put together an AI porn tape of Meg Thee Stallion just to disrespect black women. And then what, was it yesterday? Rudy Giuliani addressing a so-called Christian fucking congregation called Fannie Willis a hoe. You talking to Christians, where the fucking Christians at? Because them motherfuckers was laughing about him calling a black woman a hoe. Because a white bitch wanted to make her personal sexual life part of a trial. When it had nothing to do with what they should have been talking about. But this is what white people and white America has always done to black women in this country, which is pull the respectability politics out their ass and always try to make us those fucking stereotypes they created about us back in slavery. Hottentotten, Venus, sweet thing, promiscuous girl, oh, she's a nymphomaniac, all that bullshit. And for those of you black women that are interested in some of these things, read the books Sister Citizen, okay? Read that book and then read things like, what was that other one? They Were Her Property. And there's one more. There's another one about black women on the whole, about the, they were doomed from the start. I would have to get up in the library and look for it. But it is so many books about black women and how we were characterized and always talked about in these ways of stereotypes to diminish our humanity, but always excitedly talk about how sexually active we were and promiscuous, when none of that shit is true. None of that is true. And they have to keep that going to make people think and continue to feel like we're not human and that we're just pieces of shit that no one should really care about because we don't care about ourselves, which is why they promote and push out people like Sexy Red and Sukiyaki, or whatever the fuck that other nasty girl's name is. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? They create these type of things and they make it always a part of the recommended and required agenda when a black woman is trying to do anything in the music industry, sports industry. It's always something where our body has to be exposed or has to be the subject of attention because they have to dehumanize us and make us less than animals in everybody else's eyes, for them to continue to have the higher ground and the upper hand. Once people start looking at us as the human beings that we are, and if we would stop making all these stupid fucking videos disrespecting each other and downplaying the image of the black woman, you would help yourself and get other people to the point of not being so fucking anti-black and seeing black women as the women they actually are. If you weren't on here supporting and going along with and placating all this ridiculous shit that they put out here about us. And you gotta just make a clean break, black women, between the black women that care about other black women and the ones that don't. And it doesn't matter what fucking age they are, because I know y'all like to play the ageism game, right? But any black woman on here trying to push you towards black males, relationships, marriage, and selling yourself into slavery, which is the patriarchy we live in, she is not somebody that is on your side. She wants the worst for you, because you know what's coming with that. He's gonna beat the shit out of you, fuck you up. Your children are gonna be miserable, live miserable lives. You're gonna be poor. You're gonna be in extreme poverty, and he's eventually gonna kill you. He's gonna beat you to death, shoot you, or kill you in the many ways so many of our black women have been killed already. And it's funny, y'all should really pay attention to shit in society. It's funny how they know there are over 200,000 black women to date that have been killed by these very black males that y'all on fucking dating apps trying to get, on videos on YouTube trying to get dates with these motherfuckers, sitting on panels with them, listening to the shit they gotta say about you. And these are the main motherfuckers taking your life every fucking day. And everybody else outside of our community knows it. But because they see you participating in the shit and you never speak up for yourself or fight the fucking power for us, they don't say shit. And they continue to let black women die and little girls be exploited, pimped out, trafficked out, and everything else. And it is not going to honestly hit you motherfuckers in the head until it happens to so many fucking black women that when you may be next is the only time your ass is going to wake the fuck up. And understand, by that time it probably might be too late. So many black women are lost because of this fucking fantasy of marriage and believing that you need some dirty shit draw stain motherfucker in your life to be happy. I really wish y'all cared more about black women the way you care about these fucking black male pieces of shit that have done nothing but sold you out and have joined every other fucking race and people in this world that do nothing but hate us, kill us, hurt us, and want the fucking worst for us. Y'all are just so blinded by bullshit. And you ain't gonna wake up until they take you or one of your daughters or somebody else close to you. Then you will feel it. The same way everybody related to those over 200,000 women and children that they've already taken already. Y'all need to stop with these fucking videos. You really need to stop. You need to be out here explaining to black women, stay by yourself. Work on your issues. Go to therapy and get that family shit out your head. Get all of that two-parent household, white people indoctrinated shit out your fucking head. And work on yourself. Work on yourself being able to afford everything you need in this fucking life by yourself. Y'all ain't gonna... Y'all better pay attention. You should be reading that fucking 900 and something page project2025.org to find out how these fucking racist white Republican motherfuckers are going to try to take your whole fucking life from you. You need to be reading that to be well aware of all the ways they're going to attack you and how to prepare for that fucking primary, so that, or general election, so that those motherfuckers do not get anywhere near office. Y'all need to wake up. There's so many black women and children suffering, struggling, and living in the worst conditions, all because of black males. And here y'all are out here recruiting black women and girls to be worrying about black males, when they are killing black women and girls every fucking day, every 4 to 5 hours of the day. And you don't never see that shit on the news the way you should, because everybody wants us to be just as stupid as those fucking Bumble ads to keep fucking these niggas, reproducing these niggas, and caring about these niggas, instead of caring about yourself, protecting your daughters, and caring about and preparing for your future. It is just so fucking stupid. It's... Good night, black women.